An NYPD officer caught on camera pushing a woman to the ground during a George Floyd protest has been charged with assault. It happened May 29th near the Barclays Center. Officer Vincent D'Andrea was charged with assault, criminal mischief, harassment, and menacing. PBA President Pat Lynch lashed out, saying Mayor de Blasio and NYPD leaders are, quote, sacrificing cops. They created the failed strategy for managing these demonstrations. They sent police officers out to do the job with no support and no clear plan. They should be the ones facing this mob rule justice. We will say it again. New York City police officers have been abandoned by our leadership. We are utterly alone in our efforts to protect our city. All right, let's get right into the opinion zone. Joining me tonight, Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman and Democratic strategist Bill Caruso. Jeanette, I'll start with you on this. I think PBA President Pat Lynch is right. This is mob rule on the streets, and the politicians just want to point the finger at somebody else.
Yeah, Bill, it's a horrible situation in New York City. Shame on Bill de Blasio for not getting control of the situation early on and not supporting the police force. I mean, he's basically created an atmosphere of lawlessness in New York City. I mean, he really needs to get control of the crowds, of this atmosphere. You know, bad things are happening not only to police officers, but to average peaceful protesters that are out there, you know, just trying to make their voices heard.
It seems to me that you've got the cops in a very tough situation. What you don't see is all the bottles being thrown at them and the shoving and the pushing back of the lines. These cops are in harm's way.
No doubt. It's a very dangerous situation. But let's be clear. What this cop did was wrong. And this is a specific instance. This doesn't cast a pale on all police officers in New York. This is an isolated incident where a cop did something wrong and should be held accountable. They're two separate issues. Bill de Blasio is a disaster, but this cop is wrong and should face some discipline for what he did.
There's an intense tension going on in the streets, and I don't know. I think in context, this officer deserves his day in court.
I mean, look, this is a very difficult case. Hard for me to judge what's going on right there, you know, in the context of trying to get crowd control. I think we need to, you know, deal with these incidents on a case-by-case basis and not paint every officer with the same broad brush.
When someone acts up, whether it's a protester or a police officer and does something wrong, they should be held accountable.
Thanks, guys.
I would agree with that.